Hello there, YouTube. We are back with some more Matchplay commentary for y'all. I'm joined by the beautiful, the grandiose Peacock Man, DJ.
I thought about cacawing and like the to be or not to be, and then I didn't. So,
you know, when we decided it was a peacock, like the scene from the other guys kept playing in my head. It's like, you gotta let me fly. But anywho's, today we've got some more matches from Sully's Abode, which, as we've mentioned in our previous videos, is our local card shop that we go to every Thursday for Digi, located in Bolingbrook, Illinois. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, want a place to hang out, check out some card games, play Digi with some handsome boys, check us out, check them out. We're there every Thursday at about 6:30. Their TCG player link is dropped in the video description below, along with our socials, like our Discord, Twitter, Instagram, etc. But in today's feature matchup, we've got Jorel playing Jesmon on the left, and we've got the beautiful Peacock on the right playing Imperial.
It's a bit of a run back. Unintentional run back.
As we mentioned in other videos as well, you know, we are doing BT-16 proxies, particularly at Sully's. So for any of the local matches that we have recorded at Sully's, we're going to be including proxies for everybody. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let us know what you guys think. Like I said, do check out our socials down below. And last bit of administrative little request for us is that if you do enjoy our content, you like what you see, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. It would really just mean a lot to us and does help the channel a lot. Out a lot. So please consider doing that for us. And without further ado, let's hop right into the round.
So I was dreading this matchup. It's kind of funny because I feel like locals this week gave me like probably one of the best matchups I could have possibly gotten round one, because I played against Leo.
Yeah.
Which is just rough. Imperial just counters them in almost every way. And then I played into, but then my luck left me, and I played into Jorel with chess, and then I played Sunny after.
Well, speaking of luck leaving us, I think we were joking about this after locals. Jorel just being the Grim Reaper, taking all of us, just taking all our heads.
You, me, and Sunny, all the people he was, some of his closest friends in the shop, just back to back. Yep.
Old Yeller.
It was rough. We need to, speaking of Sunny though, we need to get Sunny on the channel because Sunny's Tyrant build right now is so good.
Yeah, he's definitely been just testing and cooking out with it, so it's been really cool to see. And
he's cooked really well. He's definitely got a very good idea of what he wants, like of what he wants to do with the deck right now.
So you got your pieces out there, but no pile.
Yeah, so I did not have a Imperialdra, so I was like, oh, Monka. I actually forgot about this. I think I blocked it out of my brain. It was kind of a rough hand to start because I had the XP and everything, but because I'm testing out the deck with the the Demi Vs, and then he just Jesmon's me, and I'm like, okay,
sure.
So I finally see another rookie. I was like, okay, cool. And then I was kind of just stuck.
yeah. And you know, I think obviously Jorel's got a very nice and spicy list cooked up here, and I think this is probably one of the most consistent that I've seen him kind of pull stuff off, you know?
Yeah.
But he definitely was drawing heat tonight. Like, tonight was one of those nights where it's just like, he could do no wrong. Like, he was just, pieces were coming out left and right. He was getting into what he wanted to do. And then this play here, where he just goes into a GX, tugs a Magna X underneath, and like GX just will sit there, can't really be dealt with unless you either like raid into him or win the game before he can do it. It's just like, well, what do you do?
Right. So at this point, I was like, I gotta just try and get a board established. So I Imperialdramon, I'm able to lock down the sister.
Right.
I have partition now, which is pretty nice. I'm able to suspend the Davis Can just to gain the memory. The BT-16 Wormmon saved my ass there, dude. It was so big.
Yeah.
I go dragon mode here. And then I think I just kind of sit there. I just choose to target the Jess. I can't do anything about it, but I just make it so that he can't unsuspend next turn, which he already can't unsuspend next turn anyways. Then I just play Davis for some search consistency.
Sure.
And I grabbed the fighter mode there, and then I think I grabbed the XV.
Yeah.
And so Jorel's debating what to do. Trying to decide if he wants to push up the other stack or not.
And like sort of nuances aside too, I think Jorel's also become just really good at being patient, which is something you don't really associate Jesmon with.
Yeah.
Which
Jorel's like, wait, you literally just grabbed the fighter mode. I saw you grab it. What am I doing? Jorel said he's like, that was not what I should have done. He still has like
still in a pretty decent spot. I mean,
yeah, he has a line he can go up, which is scary for me.
Yeah. Honestly, now stuff is in the trash. So if he just is able to climb into a GX once again, it's like, well,
yeah,
you know,
because I'm just 14K. I'm just a small lad.
Just a small lad. So he does have the Jess X antibody in hand, which may allow him to do some shenanigans if he's got like the CL that lets him digivolve. We'll pass over a lot of memory, but I mean,
he's missing a GX in hand, so he plays a sister. Trying to see what he does. I don't remember exactly what he did here. I think he plays the sister from hand to trash.
He did, I think, made a last minute like executive decision. There is a sister that allows you to pick up like a Jesmon from trash on play.
GX from trash, yeah. But he can't even want to do it right now. So he just plays a regular CL, pitches one to draw two because he's just trying to find a GX.
Yeah.
I'm in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't realize that I had the Wormmon, which is just when attacking lets me suspend something. So Vmon gives me a little bit of search. I swing over the sister because I have piercing.
Right.
When attacking, if I to suspend the Jess X, do a check. I have jamming, and then end of attack, bottom deck that.
Yeah.
Which Jorel's just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing I'm kind of realizing is that if I can, at least for the matchup, because I was trying to think of like what to do. Because as maybe people that watch the channel for a minute now, they know that I'm practicing a lot of
wow.
Yeah, I actually saw
that is really good.
And I was able to choke him to one and clear board.
You nasty, sir.
Sorry, what was I saying? I've been practicing a lot with Imperial. I'm trying to learn the deck as best I can. I'm trying a new variant of the build of the deck list that we did before, because the deck list we did before, I was playing it and it felt still pretty good. I don't think it's bad by any means. I think it's definitely a good starting point. And it's still, and even not as a starting point, I think the build's just decent in general. However, playing against Tyrant and then Tyrant running a certain tech that I'm not going to say, I'm not spreading it till after the regional. I'm going to be honest. Maybe that's petty of me, but I don't want to see it. I think that in the interest of,
and there's game just by the way, as we're kind of explaining. I mean, I think most people who play the game can look at your board state and realize like you had it. So
yeah, I think in the interest of also some of our friends that are running the tech, unless if they want to give it out, that's their choice. I'm not going to give it out for them because I know he said it's being talked about a bit in his circle, but I haven't seen it talked about anywhere else. And I haven't seen it in other deck lists, really. So I'm not going to say anything. Sure. Anyways, this build is a little bit less draw power. It's more DP focused. And I swapped out one of the aces for a BT-12 fighter mode. And then I'm running 2 Gigadeath like an insane person. I'm still at 14 rookies. I'm still at 7 level 5s. I just took out the BT-8 Davis and Ken. And then I took out one of the fighter mode aces. That's all I've really changed.
Sure.
Anyways. But yeah.
But no, I mean, I think again, just pretty nice, clean matchup of what Imperial can do, and how strong Fighter Ace is.
Yeah.
Bottom decking is still a really strong source of removal, and even having that protection, I think Jorel. Yeah, if he remembered that you had picked up the Fighter Ace, he probably may have played something a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's really all it
Just
takes
trying to
now.
Yeah.
Is like one subtle misplay and you could end up throwing the game, which you guys will probably see later on when I jump onto the camera.
What was it the thing? Oh, the whole reason I was going to that whole point before though.
Yeah.
The CL does die, by the way. Don't worry. He was just focusing on evoing. Is that I think in the Just matchup, the thing I have learned is that I just need to consistently choke him to 1. If I consistently choke him to 1, then he can't do a GX play to the point where I get entirely locked out. I think the other thing I need to do as well is I need to respond to his GX play.
Yeah.
So like here, I don't think I should be pushing up right now. But in the space, I was like, oh, I can push early aggression. I think I choke him to 1 here. Yes, I go dragon mode. So I'm like, he'll have to pass turn, which means I can start establishing like setup for another body. So the early aggression is okay here, which I think in this scenario is fine. But in other scenarios, he technically still could have kept turn and maybe done something insane if he saw the nuts. Because with BT-6 Savior Hook, he could have reduced the cost by 1, evoed for 2, put over to 1 on my side, played a sister, gain a memory back off the inheritables, and then proceeded to go Jess X into GX off of a BT-10 CL, or whichever one's the one that lets you evo on play.
Sure.
So it's a little risky on my part, but you know, that's how it goes.
Jorel.
Yeah, Jorel is checking stuff.
I love it. I love how he will like scoop up his like from master to disciples, and you're like, I'm in trouble. And it's such a smooth scoop up too. It's just like a. Ooh.
He goes GX. He effectively just preemptively gains the memory. That's why he only went over to 4.
Yeah.
Gains the memory from playing out a sister. Will swing, gain another memory. He's effectively choking me to 1 right now, which is really good. Will swing for 3 checks. Options don't exist in my security, and he pierces through my dragon mode stack, so I don't get to do anything there. And then end of turn, the Wormmon bounces back. So I think my issue here is that I'm missing a sting.
And even then, yeah. So you do have the Wormmon. You pick up the XV.
I was missing a sting.
Yeah.
And then I'm just. Oh no, I have a sting. Never mind. Oh, I have that sting. That's part of my issue.
That sting.
So I go there. Go Imperialdra. Tap that to gain the memory. Because I'm realizing that if he has second Meppa, he has game next turn.
Sure.
So I just pass him over to 2 Dragon Mode. I make it so that his Digimon can't unsuspend. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So no, so Dragon Mode had to lock down the GX. Imperialdra only would have locked down the. No, I suspend everything with fewer or less sources. So never mind. So I would have been fine. So I GX again here. Or, sorry, Fighter Ace, blue.
Interesting. So you do end up bottom decking the GX, and he's just setting up for another play with a boost.
Yeah.
Which is fair. You don't have game on board right now unless you can DNA into something.
Yeah, which I don't have enough memory for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. It's just not in the cards right now.
Go ahead, swing
I go to
with
swing
the
at
fighter.
security.
You bottom deck the CL at the end of it.
I actively don't pierce the CL because I'm like, I don't want that in trash. I want that bottom of deck because I don't want him to be able to play it to Evo off of.
Smart. Okay. And like you said, it's just rough because you don't have enough memory to keep turn.
Yeah.
With a DNA.
So at this point, I'm debating if I want to swing and leave myself suspended if it matters. Because if he has a Jesmon X, he only had 1 Jesmon X in trash. So I'm like, if he has a Jesmon X, he's gonna be.
He's gonna swing into it anyway.
Higher. Yeah, he's gonna be. He'll have to climb up the extra DP a little bit. He'll be 13k at least.
Sure.
But I mean, if he has the right sister, he can gain 2k off of that. Yeah, and then I hit that, and I'm like, I should have just waited.
Yeah.
I should have just waited. I think it doesn't actually matter at the end of the day. So I just go XV there, tap that to gain a memory, and then I think I Evo in the back. Yeah, I go Sting in the back. So I'm like, at least I choke him to 1. The XV will bounce back to my hand. He goes 3 off the memory boost, cracks the from Master, goes BT-6 Huck for 2. We'll play out the CL to let him gain 2 memory off of the inheritables, and then Evo into a Jess X for 3.
Jesus.
Gains 1 off of Evoing from CL because it would reduce. He gains a memory when he Evos.
it's like crazy how memory efficient this is also, you know?
Yeah, it is. Jess X plays out that CL, makes him bigger, so he goes to 15. So it wouldn't have mattered if I had stayed unsuspended.
Yeah. Pierce is third.
And he was...
Jesus, he doesn't even need
and
the
he
GX.
had the memory to do
just
everything.
Straight up just
yeah.
it.
I was just stuck. I couldn't do anything else there, and he had the unsuspend, so...
All right, game 3.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, that is something that, I mean...
It's a hard... It's like I've said before when I was doing the video. Imperial just struggles with decks that OTK.
Yeah.
Because either they do so much chip damage... Yes, because either they do so much chip damage to you before that you can't really... Like, if you're unable to punish them after their push, like Jess X does, it's rough.
Right.
If you go too early to try and chip damage, you might just lose everything if you don't have all your other consistency like happening.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just hard.
Yeah.
Because Imperial just likes to be able to kind of play against decks that have maybe a bit more mid range.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than decks that just want to OTK and just
Right.
call it a day.
I mean, I think a lot of times. Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
I show it to the camera for a second there. I have 3 dragon modes in hand and a Stingmon.
But I mean, like, another thing too is that a lot of decks nowadays use some sort of tamers. Jess is probably one of the few decks that like just doesn't run any.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it doesn't need to. And dragon mode is one of those cards that I feel like there's been so many times where you use dragon mode to suspend a tamer that's live to proc its effect to restand and do all the shenanigans. So like the less it has to interact with, it's rough.
Yep. So this one I'm just kind of stuck in Asperus. I just play this thing for 3 because I have an XV on board. So I'm just playing right now. I am playing BT-8 Imperial.
Okay.
Grabs the GX.
That's fair.
He was debating on raising up, but he's like, I should probably wait because he wasn't sure. So he's glad he waited. I swing another check with the XV. I did have a Imperialdra. So I'm able to go there. Swing, do another check. And then I'm debating if I want to swing or not. I go into the VMon on the back before I do anything else because I realized I had a rookie in hand because I drew one off the Imperialdra Evo. Or no, the swing off of the Imperialdra rather.
Okay. You didn't swing over that?
I think I forgot to... No, because it's locked down. It can't unsuspend.
Fair.
And I wanted to try and push damage.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was of the mind of like, because I had a fighter ace in hand at this point. I think I go dragon mode here in a second. But I was of the mind of like, if he doesn't, which he has a Magnex and trash. I think I asked him if he does, and I think he shows it to me in a second.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's fair. Like trying to get as much damage as you can and kind of just put pressure on and like really force Jorel's hand to be like, okay, hey, you know, like you either have the nuts or you don't. You gotta do something. It's totally fair. You do the dragon mode play. He does his scoopity scoop to start saying you're in trouble.
Yep, Evo for 1.
Jesus.
He'll play out. He's got no sister to play out, so he just goes up to that because he doesn't want to play by effect. Because if he does, he knows I can bottom deck him.
Right.
So he actively avoids that. Does the GX play or just Jess X to go into to play the BT-10 CL or whatever. Evo to just GX, swing through me. At this point, I'm debating on fighter mode acing just to bottom deck something.
So, and this is just a generic question. If you do fighter, if you do the fighter mode ace, right? Like, in terms of timing, because he did play out the CL by effect. Do you fighter ace as soon as he plays out by effect, or is it you have him resolve everything first?
He's turn player, so he has to finish resolving stuff. That's always been the issue, is that the second that he plays that CL, I can't stop him. I can't interrupt his effects because my dragon mode effect will trigger when the CL hits the board, but I have to finish waiting for him to resolve effects, which by the time he finishes resolving effects, he has Magna X protection under GX, so I can't do anything.
Interesting. Okay.
I think this is where I'm missing a Sting.
Yeah. Oh no.
I have the end of turn DNA. I have a Imperialdra in hand. I have everything. I have all the nuts in hand, I think, to lock down board and make it so he can't unsuspend.
Yeah.
and I could choke him pretty easily, but I just don't have a sting. Which was the theme of the night. It was classic Imperial things.
Yeah, you miss the pieces. It's just rough.
Spoiler alert, my next round after this didn't go so well. I'm not on camera, so it doesn't matter. But my next round after this, we went to game 3, but the 2 games I lost, I lost because I didn't see an XV game 1, and I didn't see a Stingmon game 3. I run 6 and 6.
Yeah,
I'm running.
You're running
normal
the right
ratios.
It's just
that's just bad luck of the draw, which is that's how it goes. At this point, I'm an Espress. I already lost the game. I'm asking Jorel some other questions. I should have just get it over with me. You lost. Yeah, just play the card. Accept your fate.
Oh, Sting.
And then I reveal a Sting, XV, and a V. I'm just like, oh, I can't grab anything because that Wormmon only grabs 2 color.
That silly boy.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, which he has second Mepos to activate protection again, just to be safe, so he doesn't take like an option in security.
For sure.
He'll swing, he'll restand off BT-6.
And he'll just swing for everything.
Yeah, it's
everything big numbers.
Yeah, and then swing for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think Jorel's definitely been cooking with this. I think we definitely see him evolve.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See him like evolve as like a player too. I mean, he's been a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's always been a very, very good player. I think now though, there is an aspect of like patience to it. I think there are definitely some plays where like I've watched this match and I've been like, oh, he definitely would have like went Unga Bunga or went for the gamble play, but now he's played it a little bit more safer and like he really hits the combo and it's like, well, we can't do anything anymore, you know?
Jorel has always been very smart. The biggest thing I think that has changed, I think I agree with the patience.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing genuinely is his understanding of the game. And I don't say that as in like the basic level, but Jorel's a judge.
Yeah.
And the Jorel that I knew before being a judge compared to the Jorel now, he knows rules like the back of his hand. He's so smart and he's taken to like he's put so much effort into memorizing the game and knowing what effects do and how effects interact and whatnot, and being able to just figure out how they'd interact in the first place. That it's very, very impressive. And I think that understanding of the game compared with Jesmon, which is his favorite deck, which Jorel normally just net decks. He's said it himself. And I've never seen him cook more with the deck than Jesmon. He has tried so many different builds and iterations of Jesmon that I think he's finally just found a really good build that like when it sees its pieces, you don't have an answer. The only deck that really stops this is something that can be deep, that can be a bigger DP threshold than GX, which is a hard thing to do.
Right. But yeah, no, it's been very impressive to see all of that kind of unplay, and also just very scary because there are nights where he just absolutely demolishes everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know we definitely had a fun time. I had a fun time commentating. I know it was kind of rough for you not seeing pieces and whatnot, but I think again, just really good showing of what these decks can do regardless of the result, you know, both sides. Yes. Which is exactly what this series is supposed to do for you guys. So I think I've shown, because compared to the previous video, just from I think the advice that I've shared for playing Imperial into the Jesmon matchup, not that you're going to run into it. If you run into it, you're just as unlucky as I am. You probably either have a friend that's a Jesmon player, or if you run into it at a regional or something like that, then that's crazy. Yeah. But I think it does show that like Imperial can definitely win the matchup, but it also shows that Jesmon is something that is like scary. Yeah. It's really scary with Magna X. Exactly. So let us know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys will keep tuning in and joining us on future videos. And we hope to see you on that flippy flip. Bye-bye. Bye.